if So go ahead, Rich.
Yeah, I'll touch down a little bit on it, and then I'll pass it off to you. The BNB is just the Binance Smart Chain, Binance token, but you have BNB and you have Binance Smart Chain token, which is just another alternative to it. If you're gonna do smart contracts, so if you use the Binance Smart Chain, or you use Binance, you can actually use the tokens to swap out or create your own token on the Binance Smart Chain. So it's a better, efficient, cheaper alternative to Ethereum, and you're basically going to get more bang for your buck. On top of that, the Binance token actually has a burn rate, so you're going to see that price start to rise up a lot, and that's just due to a lot of people using Binance and using that network, and they have a lot of liquidity going through it, so they're able to burn a lot of tokens to increase the price with the money that's being made and transactions and stuff like that. I did hold a little bit of Binance. I do like it. I transact in it. Obviously, more, in regards to the token, um, on the BNB network. As far as Poly is a great token. I did get into it a little bit. Actually, no, I got into it after the fact, after it pumped. I actually put a friend of mine onto it. He was looking at it, and it started rising up. But these are going to be a lot of the tokens that are utility based. The meme tokens will dry up, but the utility based tokens, the polys, Ethereums, and stuff like that, these are going to be tokens that are going to be used widely. So I'm gonna yield my mic so I don't just talk too much. But if you want to elaborate more with BNB, because I'm pretty sure you've been doing your due diligence. Yeah.
Yes, and I haven't too much because I got Rich, Dave, and Duke. So I gotta focus more so on everything else and just the stocks. But I do tap in here and there. And by the way, speaking of tapping in, Quick, right? QUICK, they went up 100% yesterday. That's big deal. Wow. You rarely see that in today's markets. That's when it's not a meme token. Quick is a swap, right? And they're a fork of Uniswap. And that's what I'll have the guys touch on, or me too. It doesn't matter. Whomever wants to interject on me, go ahead. But Quick Swap is it went from 277 to 566. So I not financial advice, but I pay attention to stuff like that. Something is up, and they're on the Polygon network, which is formerly MATIC network. Okay, it enables users to trade any ERC20 asset as fast speeds with near zero gas costs. Quick tokens can be staked to earn staking rewards and for voting power for DAO governance. I don't want. This is
You want
baby
to speak on
steps.
staking, Max?
Yeah, we're gonna do that. A whole nother show. It's gonna be beautiful and yielding, and actually, upon the launch of ours, I think that would be best. This is baby steps, and also I'll tell you this: the title alone, okay? Matic, ETH, BNB. There, people like, what is they talking about today? But we had to do the show because everything's gonna come together one day, probably next year. And people, this is discouraging. Crypto alone is a bit discouraging to the ear if you're not already on it. But we had to do the shows. It's intricate. So back to it. Like I said, Quick Swap. Understand what Uniswap is. Pancake Swap. That's what Rich is going to discuss right now, right after me. And this is an important show. We're just getting information out there for the books and for the record, because there'll come a time where we could hopefully just say, hey, and send them the podcast, or of course the information is within pennychats.com. But this is a must know, because to get these tokens, it will be through the use of Uniswap or Pancake Swap. And then you need your wallet, which is Trust and the biggest wallets are Trust and MetaMask. Very important, because this is how you missing these 10x's, 20x's, and possibly 100x's. Coins do move like that once they're listed on Coinbase, etc. But Might take a little longer, if ever. And if anybody can update me, because I don't keep track, what coins really ever, while they were listed on Coinbase, did a 10 or 50x. Maybe we're that early, and that's just to go to show how early everybody is that's getting into crypto. Okay, Rich, if you want to speak.
I got you. So yeah, to break it down, when we talk about, there's a thing that was called the Coinbase Effect. So anybody in here who just got into crypto, the easiest exchange to use will be Coinbase. It's very user friendly. The UI, everything is just easy and simple to use. Coinbase used to have a small amount of tokens that they would put on their platform. So if you really didn't have a choice but between five coins, you're gonna rush into those, and then when a new one came, you're gonna rush into that one. So the term Coinbase Effect came about, where anything that was listed on Coinbase shot up immensely. I've actually taken down like coins that were rumored to go on there, and I loaded up on them, which I'm still holding on to a couple bags of tokens that were slated to go on
Smart.
there. Um, and these tokens, you know, mostly guaranteed, not financial advice, but when they do get listed, they pump. It's getting more saturated now because they're adding so many tokens, and it's kind of hard to kind of keep track of them. And the vast majority of them are going to be ERC20 tokens due to regulatory clarity. So you're not going to see like Binance on there because it's the competition, basically. Going back to what Max was saying about Uniswap, PancakeSwap, there's a whole bunch of other decentralized exchanges, which is basically like nobody's really controlling them. They operate on their own, so to speak, quote unquote. You have to do your due diligence with the ones that are truly decentralized. But the way that you get to the bag basically is you load up on these tokens before they gain exposure, and the way to do that is you do that on these swaps. So if you sit down with somebody who can familiarize yourself with how to use these decentralized exchanges, and they're not that complicated, but it's basically going to be you swapping tokens for different tokens. So if you're using MetaMask, you're using PancakeSwap, etc. Some of them have their own governance tokens, or tokens that are specifically made for that application. And what you would do is you would take that token and then you would swap it out. So it's basically you're exchanging it for another token. And this is how people make big money, because they'll go on there and they'll buy a token that's like stupid dirt cheap, your Shibas, your whatever, and they'll throw like $10,000-15,000 or something at it, and then it does like 1,500x or something like that, and then they make life-changing money instantly. And then what they do from there is they then change that token into a stable coin, and then they send it to a Coinbase or another exchange, and then they cash it out and send it to their bank account as fiat cash. People have been doing this and are still doing this a lot. And if you're into trading, it's like I said, this is like just the 2.0 version of trading if you were in the traditional stocks and stuff like that. But it's very faster, more efficient, and it's all day, every day. So if you can actually sit down in front of a computer and just really look at the tokens, not really caring what they are, if you're just trading, you're not investing, you can do this all day, and you can find these hidden gems. You can look at the market cap, the circulating supply, see how many of the tokens are out there, and actually, like Dave was saying, you can go on eScan and get a lot of information too. There's a lot of depending on what the token is, but there's a lot of websites that you can go and you can get full history on the tokens and what they're about, to see if it could possibly be a good pump.
I have a question. Is it Has there been any token that you've seen, Rich or Dave Duke, that moved over 200% while on Coinbase?
Oh yeah, definitely. Go on. Actually, what I would say is go on Coinbase, click on any token, and you can look them up and see when they were listed on Coinbase. You can go on there and then look up like the 5-year chart, and you can see the spikes when they go up, and that's the Coinbase effect. All the spikes just shoot up. Any like,
Right. Once they get listed, I'm aware for sure, right? But doesn't it slow down tremendously? Once they get listed, yes. Well, that's what I'm asking. I
yeah,
don't
once
know.
they get listed, they shoot up because everybody who doesn't know how to use swaps, they FOMO in because they see a new token got listed. Like I said, there's so many tokens on it now. It's a little saturated, so it's not, the pump is not ever as big as what it
Right.
used to be. But and then it dumps because all the bag holders like, yo,
Exactly.
we
So
out,
that's a
and we're gonna
so
let them pump it
and
back
Rich,
up.
that's what I'm asking. Like and see, this is even a good show for C because he's really learning. We're definitely into stocks and options. See,
Fact.
you don't get cryptos. You don't know how to get them if it's not on Coinbase or Robinhood, correct?
Nah, I know how to get them. I'm down with all that. Only thing I stopped using was Binance when they start making people use Binance US. So I had to get rid of a lot of stuff.
Okay.
Kind of
So
regretful
you are
now.
familiar with how to use Uniswap and PancakeSwap?
Nah, that's new to me. That's why I'm just listening on that. But as far as
Right.
the exchanges and how to acquire different tokens, I know how to do
That's what I mean. See, and that's why I know that if you don't know how to use Uniswap or PancakeSwap, then you're not getting the tokens early, right? Because that is the way to get them. That's the only way. And by the way, there's OKEX, OKEX, Gate.io, and BitTrue. Those guys usually always list the shit coins, excuse my language, that they call alt tokens first because it's tough for these tokens to get listed on mainstream or centralized. Those that I just mentioned would be centralized, like OKEX, but that's why I say mainstream. Coinbase is it's kind of tricky on what they'll allow on their exchange, and for whatever reason.
I'm gonna tap into
Go
that too,
ahead, Rick.
Max. Not to cut you off.
No, go ahead.
Coinbase, they do have a wallet now. It's called Coinbase Wallet. So if you go on, if anybody's using iOS, Android too, if you go on there, you're gonna see Coinbase, Coinbase Wallet, and Coinbase Pro. Coinbase Pro, I believe, operates almost like Binance, where it's more like instead of you paying on regular Coinbase, you pay the fee, which it's very user friendly. Anybody that's like doing crypto, that's going to be your kind of go to when you're just starting out. But when you start getting into the big boy stuff, you do Coinbase Wallet, MetaMask, and stuff like that. But Coinbase Wallet, there's a token I actually just grabbed, and it was only offered. It shows up on Coinbase, but you can only get it through Coinbase Wallet, and that's because you got to do it through a swap. So they're getting on board too with basically their quote unquote decentralized exchange for people who are more experienced, so to speak. Um, and then see, like it's mad simple, but definitely like kind of play with it a little bit. You know what I mean? You're gonna move certain tokens around. I would look more towards MetaMask to try it out, and Trust Wallet. Actually, yeah, I would probably go to Trust Wallet first,
Yeah,
but
Trust Wallet is a
it's the
beast.
truth. Yeah,
They're a
it's the truth.
beast. And I wanted to add, because we're getting into the close of the show, 8 to 8:30 in the morning. But I want to say this was a great show and a quick breakdown of simplifying this process because getting coins can be very frustrating. And Coinbase Pro is a trick somebody else told me about. I don't use them. If it's listed, all these tokens get listed, I'm hearing, on Coinbase Pro first. So that's another hint. Before it even hits Coinbase, like Sheep, somebody told me that's how they knew Sheep was going to pump. Coinbase Pro had it first. And depending on your state will depend also on what cryptos you'll see. Because from what I understand, New York cannot see SHIB. And if anybody's in New York, I'll check and update. I don't believe that New York can purchase SHIB through Coinbase. I think it's Coinbase Pro. I don't know. I don't
Can
think
now.
SHIB.
You can
Go
now.
ahead, Duke.
They make you use the Coinbase wallet to get shit on Coinbase.
But in New York as well? You're not in New York,
Yes,
right?
yes, yeah, in New York. As soon as you
Okay.
click on it, like Rich said, it automatically sends you to the Coinbase wallet to where you can swap or purchase it from
Okay, I'll
there.
definitely check that out. I don't use Coinbase anyway, but I would like to check it out for the listeners or whatnot. So, Rich, go ahead, close out. We good. Thank you for
Hold on, I
that.
want to add to
Go
that
ahead,
real
Dave.
quick, Max. Yeah, cryptocurrencies are one of our biggest opportunities, and I say that because it is permissionless if you navigate it in a decentralized manner or on a decentralized platform. You don't have to rely on any government approval, central bank, or politician. And like Max brought up, one of the biggest barriers in New York is all the regulation. You know, you can't really find a centralized app to use down there. If anybody listening on the replay, a centralized exchange is pretty much Coinbase, Crypto.com, OKEX, anything that's asking for KYC. KYC is know your customer. You have to provide identification, such as a driver's license. And a decentralized exchange, like Rich said earlier, would be MetaMask, Trust Wallet, Coinbase Wallet, Crypto.com, DeFi Wallet. There are so many out there, but your best option, in my opinion, is to go through MetaMask or Trust Wallet.
Good
Those
info.
are as decentralized as it can get. Pretty much any token that's out there, you can get on those exchanges. If you can't find it, you can add it on there, but that's a whole nother story. Um,
And we'll definitely be tapping
to,
back in
yeah,
too, Dave. No, you're right. Because the reason why we're really introducing this, the token is coming, ours, and that's going to move, and you want to be able to access it. So we'll have a much more detailed processing of how you get it. We're also going to have our own swap, penny chat swap. So you guys are going to learn it anyway. Go and sorry, Dave, if you wanted to finish, and then Rich, we're
yeah,
now.
you know, decentralized platforms. If you want to be in cryptocurrency, you need to learn it the proper way, the way it was supposed to be, and you need to. That way is going through a decentralized platform, such as MetaMask or Trust Wallet. Um, to just use a centralized exchange is pretty much just using a bank. That's, they're middlemen, and that's not the true intention or what cryptocurrency was designed for. So just keep that in mind. There's so many opportunities off of Coinbase. It's ridiculous, and you're missing out on opportunity, or a transfer of wealth if you're just limiting yourself to a centralized exchange. And I'll leave it at that.
Thank you, Rich. You can close us out.
All right, my man Dave, he already did it up too because I was just gonna touch down on all of that just to kind of land this real quick. This has been and will be the biggest opportunity that we are all ever going to have in our lifetime. Anybody who is in here who is of the millennial generation, I'm 34 years old, so anywhere around there, 34, 35, etc. This has been a whole life changing experience for me. And like Dave said, this is basically everybody just pretty much adopting the new financial system that's here right now. And everybody in here, who's been in the crypto, we all made money off of it, and there's much more to gain. I'm not gonna keep going on, further, but definitely get into this. If you come in here, like I said, Max in the morning, everybody on here, we all got crazy knowledge for y'all. So if y'all come in here, y'all ain't getting no fluff, y'all not getting no BS, y'all not getting no flock into this coin and get
And
burnt.
Richard
This
Dave
is
is too
solid.
humble, and so is Duke. So but that's the necessary balance. We have to talk up. I speak up. If you go to my Instagram, it's there, because this is a lot of people are talking, and that's fine. Rich became very successful from crypto, and Dave, six-figure success, and Duke. Okay, so we'll get to that way later down the line. But we're here to give back to the community and share information. So I have to say that. You can't be quiet. People have to know, well, why should I listen to you? Because Rich made six figures off of a crypto, and Dave made six figures off of a crypto, and they still have it and will have many more. Pretty much we're all about to be millionaires. So I had to close that out. Thank you for joining Max in the morning. See us tomorrow with other flashy topics, because I already know what gets people up in here. But I had to be serious today and really get to the nitty gritty. See you good? You wanted to add anything?
Oh no, I'm good. I'm just taking it all in.
Thank you. Thank you guys. See you soon.